my gabagoos, my broskis, my bratskis, and my beautiful friends. Super welcome to this video, guys. The brand new exciting release from New Blood is finally here. No other than Fallen A.C.E.S. And oh boy, it's bloody, it's high, it's got nut cracking, and most of all, it exceeded my expectations for it. Let me explain why. Let's do this. Okay, so he's looking this way, then that means we flank him over here.
He's dead. This has got trouble written all over it.
Easy.
Asshole.
Easy. We got a knife. So my broskis, Fallen A.C.E.S, developed by Trey Powell and Jason Bond and published by New Blood, has just dropped into early access. And this, compared to Selaco, is, well, an ordinary early access release. The first episode, it's out now, and 2 more are on its way. But there are a few things worth mentioning here. For starters, story-wise, the first episode is complete. But feature-wise, there is still things missing, like a hub area where you can spend cash, a level editor, and more. But nothing that will drastically change the core game, just additions to it. However, the most important thing is here though, and that's the nut kicking! Now the game only costs 10 buckaroonies with the launch sale, and with those 10 buckaroonies you will get everything that is added into early access, like a new level editor, the 2 new episodes, a new hub world, etc, etc. An absolute goon steal if you ask me. Don't wait for too long, because with each episode released for the game, the price for the game will increase, and eventually it will land on 25 buckaroonies. Now the story of Fallen A.C.E.S is actually one I quite like a lot, actually, like, yeah, it's pretty darn good, almost as good as the nut kicking. It puts you in the shoes of a detective in a dark and gritty crime noir saga. You have to help one of the members of the watchful guardians of Switchblade City, aka the A.C.E.S. The A.C.E.S. Not the brand A.C.E.S, the A.C.E.S. As their members are taken down one by one. I absolutely love the noir superhero story and setting that this game is rocking, and far too few games have actually done it and nailed it like Fallen A.C.E.S have. Now, how is the story told then? Well, first of all, there's like a million interactable things in the environment, and of course amongst those million interactable things, like in any true Immersive fashion, there are readable letters, newspapers, and so on. While not all of them are connected to the story, some of them are, and some of them, well, yeah, there are a lot of fillers to read in my opinion. I like my letters short and to the point. Luckily though, they get saved in the notes segment in the menu, so you can read them whenever you want to, whenever you feel like reading a lot of fillers, you know? And very few of them are actually necessary to read. I mean, to understand the story, you always have an objective that is on the point and tells you just enough. Everything you need to know to follow along in the story, well, it's told through short, effective, and beautiful cutscenes, just like this one.
Nap time's over, Buttercup!
What the hell? What is this?
Whoa, easy there, sweetheart. Them ropes ain't tied that tight. Wouldn't want to fall and split your noggin now, would you?
Now let's move on to the juicy good stuff, the gameplay. I'll categorize the gameplay into shorter subcategories, so I make sure that I cover most of the important stuff to help you figure out if this game is for you or not. So let's start with the combat.
Don't let him smack you around like that.
Alright, so this being an Immersive type of game with a lot of options, different paths to take, and enemies being fairly strong, it does emphasize you going stealth mode. But me being a boomer shooter god, I'm kidding, I'm absolutely not that, but I do have a happy trigger finger, so going stealth is often more complicated for me than it has to be. I often saw myself sneaking up to someone, then the second I had a chance to smack him in the back of his head, I would do so instantly, and so alerting half of the map with my presence and actions, ending in a brawl of 5 people versus me or more. If all of these goons have pistols, then we are screwed beyond belief. God damn. This is not good.
He's kicking our asses!
I'm okay, I'm just too masterful at this game. The game has no chance against me. Now my point with this is that the stealth system is very basic. The enemies, they go from not alerted to huh, what's that? And then alerted. And you can either be visible, partly visible, or completely hidden. So don't expect anything advanced from the AI or the stealth mechanics. They will, all of the time, simply rush you the moment that they see you. And you can hide from them even if you're breathing right in their face, as long as you're completely hidden. But if you do end up having to fight half the map, well, it's actually no problem, because the combat in this game is extremely easy. I found it quite challenging in one instance throughout my full playthrough of episode 1. And that was it, the rest was just a breeze. And the easiness is not because I am a very skilled player, it's because the enemies are very easy. You have a fair amount of variety in them, especially seeing as this is the first episode of the game, but they all act and behave exactly the same, making it extremely easy to predict their attacks and avoid taking damage from them. These guys are fast, but not as fast as I am. Now to sprinkle in on that, literally anything in the world can be used as a weapon. Some are just throwable, but others can be properly fought with, like a wrench, a spiked plank, Tommy guns, pistols, snipers, shotgun, pipes. Yeah, there's a lot of weapons in this game, and they are extremely effective and powerful versus the rather stupid goons. But that doesn't take away the fact that they are extremely fun to play with. It's always interesting looking for a new weapon and testing it out. The game never ever gets dull when it comes to the arsenal of tools of destruction. I mean, it even forces you to switch it up, as everything has a pretty low durability to it. And each weapon has a very limited ammo to it. And you can't really carry that much either, because you only have an inventory slot of 3. And even ammo takes up one of those slots. In fact, every single item in the game that you can pick up takes up one of those slots. At no single point can you carry more than 3 items at once. That might sound like a pain, but it actually helps balance the game out some. As I said, overall the game is quite easy, and if I would have been able to carry more things, not only would I have experimented less, it would also have made the game even easier than it already is. Me, the game's biggest highlight. Not only do they look great thanks to the game's attention to detail and incredible atmosphere built up by the music, voice acting, cool lighting, and fantastic noir set pieces, but they're also so well designed. As I said, I usually ended up alerting half of the map as soon as I saw a goon, but I still had that itch to explore even after I killed all of them. And when I did so, I found so many alternative routes I could have taken if I had only played a little bit slower. So many cool and well thought out vents that I could have sneaked in, or heck, round the whole damn map and went in from behind was even an option in many cases. Honestly, I don't think I've ever felt the possibilities are endless stronger than in this game. Combined with this kind of excellent level design, amount of weapons and interactable things in the environments, the possibilities are literally endless. Which in return for me shows excellent level design. And I don't blame the game for how I played it, I actually blame myself for that. I played it exactly how I wanted to play it, and the game allowed me to do exactly that. Now let's move away a little bit from the gameplay segment and talk a bit about the audio and graphics. The game, it is gorgeous. There's just nothing anyone can say that can change my mind on that. And I don't say that thanks to the hand-drawn graphics alone, as to me that is not really my preferred style. But the graphics combined with the music, the voice acting, the levels, the weapons, the goons, the noir feeling that this game just oozes of makes for a gorgeous experience in both your eyes and your ears. I can't strongly enough recommend you play this game with your headphones on. Not to hear the footsteps of your enemies, but to hear the rain pouring down in the night as you listen to the goons talking to each other while you're hiding in the corner of a donut shop, accompanied by some of the sweetest tunes massaging your eardrums gently. It is an experience worth the pain of headphones, trust me. So overall, I did have a super fun experience with this game. I played it my way. I tried going outside of my comfort zone multiple times, and no matter how I approached something, it always felt right and that the game had thought of me doing so. And the combat, well, it's fun, it is satisfying with a great variety of ranged and melee weapons. The goons, well, they could have been a little bit smarter, but it was still a hell of a ton of fun. Now the interactable things in the world, well, it feels like it never ends. And the nut kicking is fire! You're gonna get the knuckles. That is beautiful. I do actually highly suggest that you go and buy this game right now before the price increases, because you will change your mind if you don't go and buy it now. And while that's downloading, hit the like, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw, and if not, hit the dislike. Slim over and out.